All right, welcome everybody. It is your stream producer slash host slash kind of sort of commentator, Shallow Pretzels, and welcome to Dragon Punch Online number 35. 35 weeks of online glory. Okay, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the show that we are running here, Dragon Punch Online is the Ohio FGC's premier online fighting game tournament series. This week's lineup, a little bit different than usual. This week, we got Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, and Killer Instinct. You are currently watching the host channel for the Street Fighter V bracket. Good old twitch.tv/ShallowPretzels, where we sometimes have tech issues, and sometimes not. I hate my mic. Please sub to the channel so we can get new microphones. Anyway, we're starting things off a little bit differently. Usually every 5 DPOs, I like to do a little bit of a pre-show to kind of show you guys what's been going on with the Ohio FGC in the interim since the last time that we've done this. So let's get things started now. So, a little bit of statistics for you. Since we've started Dragon Punch Online back on March 13th, March 14th, we have had up to 90 plus unique entrants in the SFI bracket across a number of different regions and cities within the state of Ohio. And among these entrants, I just want to bring special attention to a couple individuals here. First of all, there's Mr. Green Ranger, who has entered the most DPOs of any other entrant in Dragon Punch history, topping it out at 24 DPOs. And also, we have the guy with the most on-stream appearances, Core Jam Resident DPO champion, riding it out with up to 82 individual appearances on stream. I really do be running DPO to put myself on stream. Yeah, I kind of see that, Corey. We kind of see that. Speaking of our champs, let's take a look at our champions right here. Over the course of Dragon Punch's 35-week history, we have had a number of different champions representing a number of different characters. These characters are kind of like... The characters shown here are based off of the characters that we mostly associate them with, the characters that they've used to win the tournament all the way through, or the characters that just get shown on our top 4 presentation graphics, which you will see in just a moment. But among our champions, we have none other than Akron's own Core Jam, Columbus's Sebman, One Life to Play Hitman, and J Money, Toledo's own Mr. Mustaflis, Cleveland's own THTB, and Cincinnati's own Ultimate Vitality, representing Laura, Ed, Birdie, Bison, Vega, Akuma, Sakura, and Jury. So we have a very decent spread of characters across the entire state of Ohio. In fact, if you were to look at this particular chart right here, this chart indicates the placements of every single character in SFI's roster relative to how high that they've placed in our tournaments. So one thing that can be like, that should be brought up, that should be of like relative notice. Some of our champion sub characters are in the second tier. Setman with a sub Abigail, Core Jam with a sub Seth, Vitality with a sub Seth. Some of their sub characters are in second, but that's not because of the champions themselves. There are other people, other entrants who have played these characters. So overall, we have a fairly decent spread of characters that we have represented in our brackets, and these just show all the characters that have broken the top 4s. And again, as mentioned before, the characters shown here are evidence based off of our top 4 graphics. And in case you're wondering what the top 4 graphics are, there are these things right here. So after every single DPO concludes, we do a little special celebration graphic that kind of showcases off our players, what characters that they've played to get them this far in our brackets. So I just want to really quickly showcase off some of our more recent winners and just show them a little bit of love. It's always good to see a nice little bit of character variety. Nice to see a bunch of people showing up from a number of different areas, doing what they can, putting in the work, doing this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, I just want to give a special shout out to everyone who's broken top 4 DPO, you guys doing the best. So we're gonna talk about win percentages here. So among our champions, Hitman's won a lot of. He's won a lot of DPOs. As you can see, wins per player, Hitman making up nearly 50% of all the wins. Core Jam rocking it up around like, I'd say around like a third. And all of our other champs having won DPO one singular time. And of course, there's the win spread across everyone's characters. Hitman, Bison Specialist all the way through. Core Jam, mostly rocking it out with Laura, but occasionally he's clutched out a couple of wins with Ed. You know, getting that Ed representation. And as also mentioned, Columbus also taking a substantial lead in our brackets, making up most of our champions' origin cities. And Core Jam, of course, holding it out for Akron, giving Akron still a substantially large chunk on the player spread. So I guess it's no surprise to anyone that Mr. One Life to Play Hitman, arguably Columbus's best player, has racked up a nice 17 wins in DPO, making him our most successful champion here at Dragon Punch Online. But I also want to bring up Mr. Core Jam, who has very consistently gotten top 4 out of like 20 DPOs. So again, very nice. These two don't always enter our brackets, but when they do, they are threats. These two are the people that you need to worry about every time you go to a DPO. So just bringing it back around to our other attendees. Our tournaments have kind of like had like an interesting number of entrants. We've averaged around 12. The most we've ever had is 17, with DPO 10 being the Dragon Punch where we have had the most entrants. Also conveniently, that was a really big celebration event where we had an actual prize pool for once. Instead of just, in addition to having the pride of being put on the top 4 graphic, you also won some money for winning DPO 10, which our champion from Columbus, Sebman, had the luxury of winning. I don't remember the exact amount that we won for that he won for that one, but still a very nice thing nonetheless. And you can also see below that on each of these different sections, you can also see each of the 250K. Yeah, we totally have that money. Also, you can see below for each individual champion of DPO, I've also listed which DPO that they have won for the first time. So it's a nice little thing to look at. Core Jam winning DPO 1, Hitman winning DPO 3, Vitality winning 11, A-Money winning 30, Setman winning DPO 10, Stoplies winning DPO 8, and THDB winning Dragon Punch Online number 33. Always nice to see. In terms of our regular entrants, we've had a number of repeat entrants. Basically, roughly every 2/3 of people who have entered DPO have entered it more than once. We have a bunch of entrants who have only entered just once, and unfortunately, we've never been able to see them again. But for those who have come back, we've seen them, and in some cases, we've seen them a lot. So for every entrant that we've ever had in DPO, roughly 2/3 of them, again, very similar stats to before, have been on stream. They've had on-stream appearances, whether that be once, whether that be multiple times. They've been on stream. They've been a part of our like visual identity for our community, and they are also archived on YouTube. So be sure to check out some of the Dragon Punch VODs for all of their performances, and you'll even be able to see this VOD whenever it goes up online on the Shaolin Pretzels YouTube channel whenever this tournament's over. It'll be uploaded on like Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Also talking about our entrance again real quick, we got a lot of city representation. Yeah, we have It's actually a really massive pie chart. Obviously, we have a bunch of entrants that we never really got full identification for where exactly it is that they're from. We know that they're in Ohio. We just need like specific cities. In terms of like the entrants that we do know, we have a lot of Akron entrants, a lot of entrants from the city of Cleveland, Columbus, and Toledo. Cincy rocking out around like roughly the lowest of one of like our big Ohio cities. Since he's gonna have to turn up a little bit, I have some words to say about them, but I will probably get into that a little bit later once I get into talks with our commentators. In terms of the number of times that the city has entered a DPO, Cleveland still like at the top of the number of times that they've entered. A lot of our Cleveland guys, they come back the most. Akron guys also holding it down. Cincy looking kind of low compared to the other 5 big cities in Ohio. Cincy may have won a DPO, but they're not looking too good in the other entrants. One champ isn't enough to carry an entire city. Like even with Core Jam just carrying around a bunch of people, we still have a bunch of Akron entrants. So go Akron. Cleveland again topping it out around the top 4 stats, followed shortly by Columbus, Akron, Toledo, and look at how tiny Cincy is. It's a tiny little short stack. And also in terms of grand finals representation, Columbus is actually topping it out in terms of like representation in grand finals, and Akron shortly behind it. These two numbers very heavily skewed by the fact that one, Columbus has multiple champions, and one of those champions is one of the most consistent players we've ever had in DPO. So that number, very, very big number. The Akron number isn't entirely Core Jam though. We've had a number of Akron representatives who have made it to second place at Dragon Punch Tournament a number of times. Notable mentions being Mr. Majin Chancho and Necrocali. So very nice to see. Always great to see so much representation, so much of a presence of the Ohio FGC in our tournaments and in our community. If you guys would like to be a part of what it is that we do here at the Ohio FGC, we have a website for it, good old OhioFGC.com. On this website, you can find a tournament calendar for all of our events and everything that we do. We were really on point with getting stuff online as soon as things kind of shut down. So if you guys want to check out some of our online events, if you want to enter future DPOs, or check out some of the stuff that Columbus and Cincy have going on with Matchstick Melee and Queen City fights respectively, you can find out that stuff there. We also have links to all of our community's social media platforms, our Facebook pages, Twitter profiles, Discord servers. So whether you live in Akron, Columbus, Toledo, or Cincy, wherever in Ohio, there's a community server there for you guys. So be sure to check those out. And you can also find a list of our featured streamers, including yours truly. This website is such a critical central hub to everything that we do in the Ohio fighting community. So if you haven't checked it out already, please be sure to type in the command OHFGC in the chat, or go to OhioFGC.com to check out some of the things that we have going on. But with that being said, that's going to conclude tonight's pre-show for DPO 35. I believe we have both our commentators in the call right now.